Let's talk trade rumors on today's edition of the Cowboys Report. 3 players we'll be discussing here. Chris Jones, the Chiefs defensive tackle, Mike Evans, the Bucs wide receiver, and Zach Ertz, the Cardinals tight end, all linked to the Cowboys before the year begins. Before we get going, I want you to pick one of these 3 players to trade for. CJ for Chris Jones, ME for Mike Evans, ZE for Zach Ertz. Pick one of those 3 guys to go trade for if you ran the Cowboys right now. We're going to begin with Chris Jones. Perhaps you saw this on social media. This is the Chris Jones Twitter account, and that like right there from a normally troll account, it's being rumored the Cowboys are a potential suitor. If the Chiefs to trade for Chris Jones, Chiefs would want Osa and a first. Should the Cowboys go all in? Chris Jones liked that tweet. He wants to be a Cowboy. Let's rewind here. The timeline of how this happened. First, it was Bleacher Report, amid the Chris Jones holdout and contract negotiations, saying that the Chiefs should, if they trade him, the Cowboys make sense. There was then that tweet about rumors of what the Chiefs would want, which not really what they want because they haven't shopped him, but that could be the trade package. Then Chris Jones likes it, and now it's cooking with gas on social media. The trade from Bleacher Report was this. The Cowboys get Chris Jones. The Chiefs get a first-round pick, which in theory would be like pick 32, and Osa Odighizuwa, a promising young defensive tackle who's also due for an extension in the not-too-distant future. Chris Jones is one of, if not the best defensive tackle in the NFL, assuming you're not counting Aaron Donald because that's too obvious there. He was awesome last year. 17 tackles for loss, 15.5 sacks. If you want to win football games right now, if that is all you are concerned about, adding Chris Jones, even just upgrading over Osa Odighizuwa, I think it's got a nice year. I think he's going to play really well this season. But the difference between, Osa Odighizuwa and Chris Jones, let's do it this way. I'm a pretty good golfer. I have a 5 handicap. I've shot par before. Like, relatively speaking, I'm pretty good. I played with a guy the other day. He's like 65 years old. He shot 71, and he didn't even play that well. Like, that's the difference. Like, I'm good. He's just stupid good. That's Chris Jones to Osa Odighizuwa. I like Osa. Chris Jones is an all-pro. So would you go trade for Chris Jones? Y for yes, N for no, and then Aaron Donald's like your actual tour players on golf, by the way. Y for yes, N for no. It's the pinned comment on today's show. If an ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage and go vote. All right, so again, more here on Chris Jones. The big reason why he's even potentially available is the contract negotiation stuff here. The Chiefs and Jones appear to not be that close. Now, Pro Football Talk reports the difference here is that the Chiefs are offering a 3-year deal, tearing up the old deal. So ignore it. 3-year deal at $74 million. The Aaron Donald deal was basically $95 million over 3 seasons. Jones wants $84.5 million over 3 years. So we're talking about some difference. It's basically going from Jones wants $28 million per year, basically. Aaron Donald's making over $30 million. Jones wants $28 million, somewhere in that range. You might get some funky new money, whatever stuff mixed in there too, but that's the difference you're looking at here. Now, 28.17 is around where you're looking for at the average, the difference in the 2 deals between the team's offer and Aaron Donald's deal. So around $28 million maybe is what you're angling for there. That's a lot of money to pay. That's a lot. When you're going to pay Micah Parsons, you're going to pay others down the line. And it's all about you have to win now. It would be a rare, aggressive, all-in move for a player, the likes of which the Cowboys historically have not done. They have not been that aggressive. They've changed their ways. They spent a first-round pick on a nose guard this year in Mozzie Smith. Trading away Osa to bring down your cap hit does make sense, or bring down your draft capital. But a first and a DT is a lot for a 30-year-old player. Now, It's all good if you win it. It would be a Rams move. That's what trading for Chris Jones is. That is a Rams F them picks move. The difference is here is the Chiefs are basically offering Chris Jones highest paid non-Aaron Donald defense tackle, 24.67, beating Quinnen Williams. Chris Jones wants a little bit closer to $28 million, kind of splitting the gap a little bit more. Not Aaron Donald money. That's still a lot, and the Chiefs have been very cautious when Jones is already ninth on the list. He wants to be a clear-cut 2. If you can get him for a second or, a third and a good player, DT, I would have a lot more interest. But if it is a first, I think that's going to be too much for the way the Cowboys choose to spend their draft capital and their actual money. Maybe 2 twos is the route you go, since the Cowboys can't draft there anyway. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer deals on last tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over tickets and getting hyped for the fun you'll have. I have a almost 2-year-old at home. It is tough for us to plan stuff. It's like, all right, let's go. This is the night to do it. Grandma's available to babysit. Great. Now you don't have to try to plan things out in advance and risk the babysitter canceling or whatever. You can get images of your seat for games or theater or whatever before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. You can even take the phone, pull up the ticket, move your phone left, right. It's kind of like a live photo. Look left, look right, and you can see what your seat actually is. It's awesome. It's an awesome app. You can buy tickets in a matter of seconds. 2 taps, and you are set. Tickets are sent directly to your phone. You have to go dig through your email for the password you forgot or whatever there. Snag tickets without the stress with Game Time. Simply download the Game Time app, create an account, go to the redeem code section of the app, and use code CowboysChat for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CowboysChat for $20 off at gametime.co. That link will be in the comment section and the description, but the promo code is what matters. Cowboys Chat. Cowboys, C-H-A-T, $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today with last-minute tickets, the lowest price guaranteed. Another trade rumor here is on wide receiver Mike Evans. Evans has given the Bucs a deadline of week 1, start of the game, to give him a new contract. And I don't know if that's going to happen. If it does not happen, Evans' camp says they're going to shut down trade talks and he's going to not have contract negotiations and he's going to enter free agency this upcoming year. Now, CBS Sports has linked the Cowboys as fit. What is important to note here is A, I think the Bucs are going to be bad this year, and B, because Mike Evans will have had 10 years of service, he can only net a 5th-round comp pick. He cannot go above, it's a weird quirk, but cannot go above that in the comp pick formula. So, if the Bucs are bad come trade deadline time, trading him for a 4th makes a ton of sense for Tampa. Now, there were 5 teams mentioned by CBS Sports. The Chiefs, the Patriots, the Jets, which I find kind of weird, the Browns, and your Dallas Cowboys. Let's hear from CBS Sports as to why Mike Evans makes sense. Don't put this past Jerry Jones, they write, who loves star players as much as Taylor Swift loves sparkles. Besides, you can't have too many good receivers, and with Lamb and Cooks already in tow, adding Evans would give the Cowboys the league's top receiving cores. Here's my issue with that. We are once again falling victim to the classic blunder. It's the Jerry Jones love splash players bit. And for the first time in a long time, the Cowboys made an offseason move. They went out and they got Brandon Cooks. They got Stephon Gilmore. It did not cost them very much because those guys are no longer star players. Gilmore has a few years left. They were all great moves, but Brandon Cooks, the Texans gave him away. So did Indy with Stephon Gilmore. Maybe Trey Lance counts. Again, that was a 4th-round pick, a 3rd-string quarterback. The Jerry Jones splash argument hasn't really been the path that the Cowboys have gone on really since Deion Sanders. That was the last big one on defense. Offensively, it was the Roy Williams, Legawi stuff. But you have an Amari Cooper, but you have receivers right now. That is a big difference as we'll get into here. Now, if you want to see daily Cowboys videos, this is your spot to do it. Free Cowboys videos every single day right here on the Cowboys Report. Now, the one position that Jerry Jones actually has been willing to go out and invest in and make some big moves is wide receiver. But they've normally done that high-end trade, Galloway, Williams, Amari, when they don't have a one. Mike Evans is at 1,000 yards every year of his career. He is great. He's aging, but he's great. The issue for Dallas is, if everyone's healthy, who are you paying to not play for you? Is it CeeDee Lamb? Hell no. Brandon Cooks brings you speed. Are you going to pay Mike Gallup a bunch of money to not play for you? And hell, maybe not even be active? Or maybe it's probably Tolbert who's inactive, which kind of defeats the purpose of him having a come-along season. If you lose a player to injury at receiver, my tune changes. I'm going all in to go get Mike Evans. But as it sits currently, for the cost involved, contract and money-wise, I don't see how the Cowboys would want it even for a rental. Because I do think Evans is going to want $20 million or more, even as he's older. Like, this is a very young group outside of Adams and Kupp. Now maybe he gets more than that, which, hey, trade a fourth, which you technically don't have right now, which kind of complicates things too a little bit. Trade a pick, rental for Mike Evans. That might make more sense if an injury happens. But right now, you could have had DeAndre Hopkins for free. I don't see why they give up big assets for Mike Evans. So name a player who you want to trade for. Any position group, sound off for me. Realistic names, please, in the comments section. A surprise trade name here is Zach Ertz. Bleacher Report pitched this one, saying the Cardinals should trade Zach Ertz to the Cowboys. And this makes sense for Arizona. They are clearly rebuilding, which, but by the way, I saw the claim of, that they cut Colt McCoy, they're tanking. Starting the year with Colt McCoy was tanking. That does not change their plan. They have been in a rebuild. That's been very clear from the start. So trading a veteran tight end in Zach Ertz to save some money and free up snaps for young tight end Trey McBride makes a ton of sense. But the Cowboys need a tight end option, especially one who is on the decline. He had 400 yards, which he only played in 10 games. He's been banged up a lot in recent seasons. Ertz, at his peak, was, third best tight end? Somewhere in that range. I have options. I am excited about Jake Ferguson. I am optimistic about Luke Schoonmaker. You have Peyton Hendershot. Sean McEwen's on your practice squad. Now, in the event, again, you lose someone to injury, my tune changes. But it is still not an easily tradable for player because of the money. Now, Bleacher Report claimed that the Cardinals save $10.1 million if they trade him. No, they do not. That is not how math works. They saved $9.1 million this year and a lot more next year when he's off the books anyway. The Cowboys would then owe $9.35 million this year and a non-guaranteed $10 million in 2024. $9 million for a tight end is more than you were going to pay for Dalton Schultz. So unless the Cardinals eat some of that money, I don't think it makes any sense at all for the Dallas Cowboys.